Hey everybody, welcome back to Gooseberry Homestead. Reba here. Well, yesterday I did some stuff in the garden, and basically what I did was I expanded that other expandable dirt that has like the coconut core and that sort of thing in this bucket, and I mixed in one bag of my worm castings that I had purchased at Walmart. I know it would be better to maybe get some of the products at a different store, but or from someplace, but I don't know where those places are really, so I just got it at the local box store, and I think they'll work just fine. But I mixed those all together, and that's why it looks like a little bit more deep brown and less of the brighter red color that the dirt looked. I will finish filling these with the bright red, that way all the pots look uniform, and then at a later point I'll get another bag of the worm castings, and I'll sprinkle that on top and let that soak in through with a good watering later in the season. And probably, when I say later, is probably going to be within the next month or so. Now, I mixed that up, and I used it to repot all of my chestnut trees, my white mulberry, and my peach tree that I grew from seed. These are all things that I grew from seed that I repotted into this soil with the worm castings. And then I got my bucket that I've been storing all of my recyclables in for using with the garden. And what I'll do with these little almond milk jugs is I will be cutting it so that I can still use the handle, but it basically turns it into like a pot. So I'll cut like this top portion off, like around the handle area, and I'll cut that whole top part off, and then I'll have like a really nice size, almost like a gallon size bucket. Not quite, but almost. And then I'm able to just lift it by the handle to move it, which is kind of really nice. So that's what I will be doing with these little milk jugs. And so I do like to recycle when I can. We actually tend to have more recycling than trash at our house. So what I'll do is as I'll try to repurpose as much as I can without angering the husband with keeping too many things. So, not that he gets angry, but I'm just saying. He's like, are you saving this? Are you saving this? And that sort of thing. And half the time I'm like, yeah, I really wanted that jar. And then I'll just like get frustrated and be like, fine, just throw it away. Because to me, it's just not worth the headache of fighting over something, even though saving that one thing sometimes can save us money in the long run, meaning I would have to go to the store and purchase a certain size jar or whatever for like storage of like some dry goods or something from the store, that sort of thing. And so but yeah, I tend to be a jar saver, and I tend to save milk jugs, and sometimes the takeaway containers. These are from Red Robin, and they actually have a nice fitting lid on top with little air vents so that your food don't get soggy. But those air vents are really great for, guess what? Creating a little mini greenhouse in order to start seeds. So I have like multiple different types of things that I can use to start seeds in. And right now I'm experimenting with the strawberry containers because they also have drain holes built in on them. So we'll see how that goes with some of the pansies that I'm trying to start, or violas, whatever you want to call them. So that's what I did yesterday. So my bucket's empty, and what I'm thinking about doing with the bucket is drilling holes in the bottom and maybe planting carrots in it, or parsnips, or like a root crop, because I know that we have rabbits and we have the rats. And I can also create a using the metal what do you call it? Metal mesh I could put over it so that the rabbits can't get into it. So like window screen. I have a little roll of window screen that I bought for like $8 at or Home Depot, and I could make like a top for it so that the rabbits can't get into it, but the air still flows and that sort of thing. So that's what I'm thinking with this. So this is empty now. Got everything organized. And then I had my soil. I had all of my trees in these and these little gray pots here, and now they're over here, all individual, most of them. I have a couple more on the other side of the yard by the greenhouse of the pear trees that came up just this spring, and I put those into little hydroponic pots, so it kind of will act like an air pruning pot for now. And because I ran out of the gallon pots, so I just put them in there for now. And I moved them out of these because these have little bottoms on them, so like overflow water will flow out, but water does like to set in the bottom of these containers a little bit. It doesn't drain very well. And so I wanted to make sure I got all my trees out of these pots. But what I'm thinking about doing is using these like just to plant like some of my vegetables in. Like I have the kohlrabi and I have the celery root, and I'm thinking about putting one celery root in each one of these pots, and then that'll give me a good amount of the celery root. So it looks like I've got 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. So I've got about 10 pots here. So yeah, that's what I'm thinking about doing, and maybe even planting, because I think the celery root grows under the ground, and I think the kohlrabi grows above the ground. I'm not exactly sure. Maybe I should look that up. But all I know is I love both of those vegetables in stews and soups. So yeah, that'd be really awesome. So what I did with these pots was I didn't want to use all of that coconut core and worm castings in these pots. But what I did was I emptied all of the soil out of these, and I dumped them into my giant soil bin that I use down here. My son likes to dig in this box, and I need to get some more topsoil from the store just to I have some soil in here for my son to play in, because he really loves it. And then we'll like throw our ashes into it and that sort of thing. So yeah, I basically I filled just the bottom half of these with this soil from here using this Folgers can, the smaller one, and I filled all of those up with some of the soil that was in these, and then I topped it with a little bit of that coconut core expandable dirt with the worm castings mixed in with it just on top. So now they're ready to be planted up with vegetables. So it kind of just like refreshes the containers and the pots and that sort of thing, so that I have kind of like a fresh slate to work with here. And then I'll show you how these other ones are looking over here. I've got you can tell the difference between the soils, how they look. So the one on the right has the new coconut core with the worm castings, and this side is just like a normal potting soil, topsoil mix. So I've got my apple trees, my chestnut trees, all alternating all the way down to about this section right here. Oh, actually, no, they go all the way down. And then I've got my white mulberry, my pear that grew from a seed last year, and my peach that grew from a seed last year. So those are all potted up. Then I also used some of that soil that was in the potting bin, the soil bin that I use, which is my husband's old military tough box. So I put soil in that. It was broken, so we just ripped the top off, and I just use it to dump soil into, and it works out really great. So what I did was I lined up all of my little green pots over here yesterday, and we'll walk over there. And I filled it up with some of that soil from the potting bin, or the soil bin, whatever we're gonna call it. So I filled up all of these with some dirt. So now I have 4 more that are ready to be potted. And this is my parsley, you guys. I am telling you, this stuff, it's on its second year, and it's it took over this entire pot. So I still have plenty of parsley. I just need to use it now. And then I've got lettuce that has come back from seed down here in with the garlic. And I also have little cilantro plants coming up too that sowed itself back into the pot. These actually kind of need a refresher, need some soil to bring it up to that line that's right there in the pots. All of these ones right here, they all really need some more soil put in there. But I'm gonna wait until after the garlic is all done, and if I need to transplant some of the other things, I will. But yeah, the soil's kind of settled. I need to stir up the soil, blend it all up and get it all broken loose again, and then top it off with a little bit of fresh soil, and then plant some more stuff in it. But my garlic is looking really good, you guys, in the container pots that I use. I still have this area empty, but now you can kind of see as the sun shifts in the sky, you can see how much of the area actually does get sun during the majority of the day. And it's not until evening time that it starts getting the shade, which actually will be nice in the summer when it gets kind of warm, because I have a feeling it's going to be kind of a warm summer. So this is all the gooseberries, how they're looking good. And I did do the soil drenching. I'm wanting to say, I was thinking I did it last night, but I might have done it the night before. And I sprayed all the leaves off the night before too. So I moved my strawberries right here, and so now they're closer to all the other strawberries that are hanging on the fence line, because these are the pine berries, and we got to remember the pine berries must be pollinated, you guys, with a red strawberry. So I've got a lot of red strawberries up here along the fence line. So the bees are they're buzzing around my greenhouse, you guys, like crazy. They coming and they're getting onto all the blueberry blossoms. Soon they'll be coming over here to all of the elderberries, and the Ivan's Beauty Mountain Ash is going to be opening up with its blossoms soon. So exciting. And you guys, I did notice that my soapwort is starting to open up. I'll show you the guys that tomorrow, because I have a feeling there's going to be even more open up on it tomorrow, because I want to show you guys the soapwort around my column or apple tree when it's mostly in full bloom. So I'll wait for that. But yeah, so here's my other strawberry flat, and then here's those other 3 pear trees that I grew from seed that came up this year. So that's how it's looking. And when I say I grow, I just poke the seeds in the dirt and God did the rest. That's pretty much how my gardening goes, you guys. It's a hit or miss. It's whatever God decides comes up. And that's how I garden. So this is how my transplants are looking for the mint. It looks like they're surviving. The top bit of the first half inch of the soil is a little bit dry. I am noticing that this tends to dry out a lot quicker than the other soils, and I'm not sure if I like that or not, but I'm hoping the worm castings helps those other ones hold the moisture a little bit more. But if I go down just a little bit, it's super moist. So I just need to come through here and give it a really good drink in the evening tonight and make sure everything is heavily done. This is the Fresca, you guys. These are the German seed packets that I had picked up while I was in Germany. I had planted some, which I didn't share on YouTube because I was in Colorado at the time. And those ones, you guys, I had a couple grow, and then I brought them in because the winters can be kind of harsh there, and didn't want them to die. And I brought them in, and they died. And so I lost those, which I think those ones were a white berry, or a white flower, or pink flower, I mean. But these ones have a white flower, and these are the Fresca. So this is my first time seeing the bloom, you guys. This is the very first bloom of my Fresca from the seed packets that I grew 2 years ago. And so this is how they're looking, and they have taken their time to grow. Last year they were really small. Maybe they came up from seed last year. I'll have to go back and look at my videos. I can't remember anymore. I'm getting my years mixed up now. But I come through, and whenever a leaf is not looking so healthy, I just pinch it off and it grows new leaves, which is really great. There's a pine needle. This one, the leaves look way different, guys, but it came from the same seed packet. This is going to be a different one. I am wondering if this is a different variety altogether, because earlier this season, you guys, I remember I was asking you guys, do you know what this is? Because it didn't look like what it didn't remind me of a strawberry leaf when it was opening up, because they looked all weird. But then I realized it was a strawberry leaf, and I was like, okay, so that's really, really interesting. So this was in the same container, same pot. It looks like maybe we'll be getting some blossoms on it too, but it's spread over here. It's coming up over off to the side. So we'll be keeping an eye on that. And then this is how my separation of this one's pretty moist. Oregano, hot and spicy oregano, I kind of like spaced them all across. And this was kind of an experiment for me to see if they'll root like this. I've never rooted oregano like this before. It looks like some of them are not doing so good, but some of them look like they are. So we'll just keep an eye on it. I'll give it a good drink this evening, and just spend some time at the planters and making sure that they're good and soaked. And then down here we got some more blossoms. These are bubbleberries. These are like what I have with the Ivan's Beauty Mountain Ash. These are runners from last year. So they're already making berries. So you can see over here, I've got tons of runners already popping off of my bubbleberry. I will be rooting all of those the best I can. Sometimes they root into the ground, but I've got a lot of new strawberry plants forming. But you can just see how large and in charge your berries are going to be looking with these. They're huge. Look at these. Huge. I love them. They're so beautiful. I love the bubbleberry. So it's definitely going to be one that I keep in my garden. And I have a love affair with the pink colored strawberry blossoms as well. So that and the bubbleberry, just love it. It's an heirloom strawberry from the 1800s. So I just love it, love it, love it. And it's just looking really good. And it's so tall and big. So I can't wait to get the fruit from that. But I'm noticing that the leaves, the flowers are probably the berries are probably gonna droop over the edge, you guys. Bet you anything Walter will be able to pee on them. Oh no. That's why all these other ones are up in the containers up high where the dog can't get. I might have to move my strawberries out of this container and put them someplace else, into something else that is up a little bit higher, because I honestly, you guys, I do not want my dog peeing in them. In fact, you know what? These might actually look really pretty in the top round container over there in the garden. And that way the strawberries will drape over the round part. So that's an idea. That's an idea. Because I really don't want the dog peeing in them. That's my main issue. So that was the experiment with the hot and spicy oregano. I'm like a squirrel with shiny things, you guys. And then over here is the hot and spicy oregano. And you can see where I just cut some of it out. And that's what I poked into that container to see if they will root. So I didn't want to get rid of this container yet until I could see that I could propagate it a little bit easier. But I do have babies also coming up. Little hot and spicy oreganos coming up in the container. So I've got little plants here and there coming up. So I wanted to let those get established. So that's pretty much it for the day, you guys. I kind of like moved a lot of my stuff. And so I'll eventually have all of these little white wire racks painted, and then I will go back to the dollar store and I'll get these little salad bowls, and I will have little salad bowls every other section all the way down to wherever I run out of which I think it's right at this pole right here. I'll run out of my little wire racks. I could even space them a little bit differently and maybe just put them in between every two, and then put a big pot at the little pole sections or something. So we'll see. I might rearrange it just a little bit, just for uniformity. I like symmetry a lot. So we'll just see how it all goes. Everything's looking really good. I even potted up that little blueberry, and I thought maybe it would do better with some worm castings and maybe do a little bit more growing this year, and got it out of the pot so that it doesn't get messed with. But look what came and destroyed my avocado tree. It's gone. Something came, ate the seed, and took my tree. Oh, bummer. It could have been a crow. I don't know. Well, that sucks. I just noticed that with you guys. So, could have been the squirrel. Oh, bummer. Oh, well. I still have so much. So, I have so much to be thankful for. So anyways, you guys, thanks for coming along with me. And comment, like, and subscribe, and click that bell button. And as always, you guys, have a wonderful day, and God bless. Bye.